Hi, my name is Priya Himanshu Kapadia. My student ID is S224741685. And today I'm gonna explain my task HD1 of Unit Data Science and AI. And here I am starting with my presentation. So the first thing which the task needed us to do was to rename the credential file, which I did by unzipping it uh, from the original file to changing it to its place, different place, and then renaming it as it is asked in the task. And then I created a YouTube API, which I already did in the first task as well, but I thought of recreating it again so that I could have more practice about it. And here is what I have created: the API key, and then I changed the API key of credentials file in the credentials file, and then I ran all the collect.ip and ynb shells, and then this is the output of the last function, which calls all the functions created in the collect file. And then I started doing was I was I was just I was just focusing on one question as it was asked in the task. Um, let's start with the settings shell. The task wanted us to copy it from the collect file, so I did copy over here. This and then this was already written in the file, which was just importing all the libraries. The first thing I did was from the Anaconda prompt, I installed the word cloud library, and then there was this error over here. So I changed the so I changed the way of importing setting with copy warning, and here is all my import functions running properly. As you can see, this was just because I wanted to check in which environment I was working. And then I clean and prepped the data. It was already done in the task. The task did not require me to clean and prep the data. As you can see, the date and time is cleaned as it was required. It created a new column that contains published at weekly, then created a new column that contains published at month, uh, and same for the comments file as well. Now let's talk about my task, which required me to do one of the E1 tasks. So here I did the first question, which was what is the monthly distribution of positive, negative, and neutral sentiments in this video, in the video titles, and comments from Jan 2020 to 2021. Use visualizations to answer these questions for different new publishers. So the first thing I did over here was import the libraries which were already done, but just for my reference, I did it over here. That pandas SPD for data handling, and then I imported text blob for sentiment analysis, and Seaborn and Matplot, just for Matplot library for just for the visualization. And the second thing I did was I started by loading two data sets, one which was containing videos DF, the videos.csv file, and the other which contains comments in it. Then I created a function that uses text that uses text blob to calculate the sentiment polarity of each text based on the polarity score. The function classifies the sentiment as positive, negative, or neutral, as you can see it over here. And the next thing I did was apply the sentiment analysis function to both video titles and comments, followed by this. And the reason why I did this was it allowed me to add new columns, I would say, to data representing, and to the data which represents the sentiment of each title and comment. Since we are interested in monthly trends, I converted the publications date I converted the publications date into a monthly format, as you can see over here. Then to associate each comment with its corresponding video channel, I merged the comments data set with the video data set based on the video's ID. As you can see over here. And then to keep the analysis relevant, I filtered the data from data which included only the only the records from January 2020 to January 2021. And later the core part of this task was just to analyze the data, involving grouping the data by month, sentiment category, and news channel, and then moving to counting how many videos or comments fell into each group. So finally, I visualized this monthly sentiment counts using line chart, as you can see in my output. One chart shows the sentiment distribution in video titles, and the other one shows sentiment distribution in comments as well. These charts clearly illustrate how sentiment trends evolved month by month. As you can see, the blue line represents neutral, negative is represented by orange line, green for positive channels. The ones which have a block like this, circle like this, represents BBC, cross CNN for the box, that is Fox News, and plus for MSNBC. As you can see over here, it has got some cross, some blocks, some circles. Similarly, what I did, and then created an observation. As you can see in the observation one, I created sentiment trend in the video titles. The neutral sentiments were dominant over here, as you can see. As you can see over here, just a second. As you can see, um, the neutral the neutral sentiments were dominant. Fox News and BBC News show the highest count of neutral sentiments in titles, as it is represented over here. The Fox News and the BBC News represents the highest of all. Then positive sentiments are very sparse. Very few video titles convey positive sentiments, and so are the other observations. The second observation I made was of negative sentiments in titles, and it says that some negative sentiment titles appear in March May 2020, but are generally low across all channels, as you can see over here. The month over here is represented on the x on the x-axis, and this one, the sentiment count, is represented on the y-axis. As you can see, it is represented over here as well by in this line. The hues are for sentiments, style is channel title, and that's it. That was my task. So thank you for being a patient listener, and that's it. Thank you.